Okay, so from time to time I get this question. Nigel, how can you afford all these expensive cars? How can you afford to stay in a nice house like this? How do you make money? What do you do for a living? Now, I have made videos on what I did in the past, but this is an update video. My income has changed. Some things I do has changed. I was gonna make the rest of this video outside, but it is hot as hell, so let's make the rest of it inside. Let's go. All right, crazy thing. So, by the way, I'm a YouTuber, so I'm recording, okay?
Okay.
So I'm in the middle of editing a video and I hear a knock on my door. And they come asking me if I could rev the BMW, bro. Alright. Hold on, I forgot the key, man. Hold on. Bro, in my lifetime, I've never had anybody come up to me and, well, not come up to me, but come up to my door, knocking on my door, asking to rev a car. I love it though. Hold on, let me get their reaction. They were knocking at my door hard as hell too. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I thought it was like an Amazon delay. Amazon delivery driver or something. Alright. It's good?
That sounds good.
Thank you, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Yo, what is your channel? What is your channel?
The channel? It's on the car. Nigel the Realist.
Oh, let me see.
It's on,
Go. Right here, right?
yeah, it's on the side of the car. Yeah, I'm going back to work, alright? Alright. Now guys, regardless of all the things I do, I'll tell you it's more than that, right? It's about the way I manage or spend my money, right? I am very focused with my money, right? So what I mean by that is, I would go and spend $600, $1,200, $1,300 on a car payment, right? You guys have seen all the cars I've owned on this channel. I would do that no problem. I would spend $600 in insurance. That's what I'm paying today, for those of you who don't know. I would do all that no problem. But here's the thing, right? Compared to other things, I don't spend my money like that on it. So for example, there are a lot of people who like to travel, right? There are a lot of people who like fashion. They like spending a lot of money on bags, clothes. And me, do I do that? Absolutely not. In fact, I don't even like to travel like that. As far as clothing, you know, I like to look nice, but I can tell you guys right now, compared to how much I spend on cars, my clothing, it's nothing. Like this stuff, everything on me is super cheap, right? I do not care for brand name clothes like that. You know, once in a while I may wear a little something here and there. Like right now, for example, I have, you know, these white, can you see it in the camera? I have these white Air Forces on. That's the most expensive thing on me right now. The jeans, how much were these jeans? I don't know. I can't remember all the prices right now, but they were cheap. Everything on me, fashion-wise, I do not spend money like that on it because that is not my focus, right? That is not my passion. My passion is the cars, and my investments, right? Like I've been showing you guys on the videos, is with the cars. The cars bring me back money. I love driving the cars, especially high performance cars. And this is what I mean by my money being very focused. I'm very good at where I spend it. Another thing to note about the way I manage my money, guys, is that when it comes to spending money, especially with the cars, lately I've been spending on things that I know would bring me back the money. In all the modifications I've spent on this car already, I think it has crossed, it had to have crossed over $2,000 already. I've made that money back between the YouTube ad revenue, external affiliate links. Once in a while I'll get haters when they see how much I'm spending on cars. You know, they don't know my full situation, they don't know anything, and they would basically leave a comment based on their lifestyle that's hating, right? They would hate like, oh, you're throwing all your money away. You're financing a car is a stupid decision. You're paying that much for a car is stupid, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know my life like that. All right, guys, so getting into it, the first thing I do, which the majority of you who are subscribed to my channel know, is that I am a content creator, right? I make videos of cars on this channel, or mostly related to cars. I have several other channels that I make content on, but this is one of them, and I make money off that. So one of the things I do, or one of the ways this channel makes money, is that I am in the YouTube partner program. So I get money off the ads on this video. For those of you who don't know how that works, I'm not gonna go too detailed into this right now, but just a high level overview. It's like TV, right? People pay to advertise or show their ads on TV, right? So YouTube is the same, right? And some people may not see it as that or not take it as seriously, but YouTube is just as serious as television. One of the biggest differences though, it is cheaper to advertise on YouTube, at least as far as I know. But regardless, I get paid off ads that are on the video. There are various conditions that have to happen, which I'm not gonna really talk about in this video, but I get paid off ads. The next way I get paid off YouTube, which is a little bit more indirect, right? So it's with YouTube, but it's happening off YouTube. So I do affiliate marketing, right? And a lot of the videos I post have links to different products in my video description, right? So what happens is, depending on how the video is crafted or what the video is about, a viewer may be interested in a certain part or a certain product, and they may click and go off-site or off YouTube to go buy that product, right? Just to give you guys an example, I know I've explained in the past, but I understand a lot of new people are finding my channel all the time. So let me just give, an example again. So my channel is about cars. So if I post a link in there to, let's say, where I got the paddle shifters, the red paddle shifters that are on my steering wheel, right? Not everybody is in favor of it, but some people are, right? Or if I post a link to my exhaust parts, the parts that I used or that were used on my exhaust setup for my car, because a lot of people like the sound. That's another example of a product people may be interested in from viewing my video. To give another example, the intakes on my car. The intakes on my car make it very loud, or at least make the turbo sounds very loud. And I'm really impressed with them. And actually, this leads me to another way I get paid, which is sponsorships, right? So this company called Arm Motorsports was my first sponsor, and they sent me a free product, and in exchange for that product, I made several videos with the car and the intake, right, on how it sounds. And there were a lot of inquiries from that, which is the goal of the company that sent it, right? So I'm pretty sure they made a few sales, or a few people express interest in their products. Now you may be asking, well, Nigel, how did you make money off that? Well, I made money off the ad revenue in the videos, but the product, I could sell it if I want as well, right? I fulfilled my end of the contract already. That product was like $300, I believe. So it's now used. I could probably sell it for $200. So that's a $200 product I can sell, or $200 used product now that I could sell that I did not pay out of pocket for, right? So I have other sponsors now, and I'm not gonna go into it too much in this video, but just wanted to give you guys, another idea of how I make money. So another way I make money, I make a little bit of money with a couple people that I teach how to do this stuff, right? The same things I'm doing with YouTube. Other people have YouTube channels as well, and it's not related to cars, but what I teach is pretty similar, or it could be applied to other things. So right now it's only a couple of people. There was more before, but due to my time being limited and stuff, I had to narrow it down a bit. But right now, 2 people, Once in a while they hit me up for consulting, and I help them with a lot of technical aspects to making money the same way I do, especially with YouTube and this affiliate marketing. So moving on, I think this is about to be the fourth way I make money that I'm telling you guys. I'm getting out of breath walking around the house. So fourth way I make money, right? I do general technical work for a court reporting agency. For example, one of the things they require is weekly backups of their depositions, right? Their storage is limited, so it needs to be backed up offsite. I'm not gonna get too much into the details of it, but that is another thing I do. And I think fifth thing that we're on now, which is the last thing I'm going to mention, is that I have a full-time job among all that stuff. So my full-time job, I work as a business analyst. That is my job title. I do this work for a company that's in the pharmaceutical space, but my background is in a lot of tech related stuff. So a lot of my tasks does require technical knowledge. And also aside from technical knowledge, it does require a lot of communication and requirements gathering from clients. Now, for those of you who've asked, how can you get into the stuff I do today, right? So like I've been saying, a lot of my work is based off my experience in tech, right? Or it happened because of my experience in tech, I should say. So to get into something like that, I mean, first off, you would have to have a lot of technical knowledge. My journey was, I started with, after high school, went to college for 2 years. It was ITT Technical Institute. I have a degree, an associate's degree in computer network and systems administration, if I'm remembering the name correctly. I was doing I started as a student worker, and then I moved on to, what did I move after that? I think I moved on to Office Depot. That was a retail store for office supplies. I gained some technical experience there, and I think that's one of the reasons they hired me is because of my technical degree. But I gained some technical experience there, I used it, and then from there, what I did, I moved on to a work at home tech support job on the phone. And, after that, I did a lot of tech support jobs, right? Mostly in call centers, right? And I did that for a while, and I gained so much experience with different software applications. It's invaluable experience today. Like, I can tell anyone, if you want to start a job, working in a call center is very good experience. Not everybody likes to talk on the phones, I know, but for some reason, I always love talking to people on the phone. I love helping people. So, it always was right for me, or felt right. But when I finally moved on from, the call center technical support jobs, I then moved on to more deeper technical stuff, like with hardware, then quality control stuff, then working more with data. And so based on all my experience, this is where I am today and everything I do. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover in this video. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you watching. See you guys in the next one. Let's go.
Push up your body, I'm swerving, yeah. 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 Push up your body, I'm swerving, yeah.